What's going on, guys? Welcome to this video. So I wanted to come to you guys from Costa Rica, where I am drenched in sweat from this freaking heat and humidity. But in any case, I wanted to share like a mini update with you guys. This is my second take for recording this video, but I feel like sometimes when you have multiple takes of videos, it kind of helps to flush out the garbage. So I can actually record this properly. In any case, I've been looking for work since January, since the middle of January. Not super aggressively, but still, I've been looking for work because I was laid off. I'm assuming most of you already know that because that video is what brought you to my channel, or at least one of the two videos I made ranting about getting laid off. So along those lines, on Friday, I actually received my very first official job offer, which is super surreal to even say out loud, to be honest with you. I wasn't expecting it. And I'm still in the middle of the process with like 2 or 3 other companies, which, to be honest with you, I would take above this one. But this one is for one of the FANG companies, to be honest, not in the acronym, but still. So I've learned from my, stint being laid off and everything that I'm not really at a point yet where I can be super picky. That being said, I still want to be super picky because I know the type of tech that I want to work with. Like, I've decided that I want to specialize in embedded software engineering, like embedded software, where I'm working with like lower level protocols and like SPI or I2C or PCIe or stuff like that, and like register accesses, and working in like C++, bare metal stuff. I'm sorry if you're not in tech, you don't know what I'm talking about, but in any case, like that's the kind of stuff that I want to work on because I personally feel like that stuff is going to be harder for AI to take over, at least in my lifetime. I think AI is a great tool and it can be used to help you when you're like writing any kind of software, and it can be used more efficiently than just Googling stuff. But in any case, I would feel more comfortable specializing in this specific field because it just feeds off of my background better. Like, I studied computer engineering in school. I got my master's in it. But this whole time I haven't been working in it to the best of my ability. What do I mean by that? I mean, I started my career as a test engineer, and everything that I did in that job was more along the lines of like test automation and designing software to automate the test process for like system level product, where you're talking like higher level. And I did all of that in Python. I've also used different frameworks as well, but mainly Python is where I had my like big project that like actually provided value to the team and the company at large. So while I have that skill set and it translates over to embedded systems because I've automated a lot of the stuff that like embedded systems, I don't want to say use, but like I've worked with like embedded systems concepts through automation. I don't know, that doesn't really make sense, but like, let's say like one of my company's older products used U-boot, a U-boot interface, and I only know about that because like I've written automation around that. When the product boots up, you have to enter the U-boot prompt and like expect certain fields to come up and whatnot, and then the automation just kind of keeps things going. So a lot of my experience is just around automation in general, but I feel like AI could kind of eventually replicate that stuff pretty easily because it's not really close to the hardware, if that makes sense. Like hardware, when I'm talking about like working to the hardware, you need to like go into schematics and block diagrams and functional specs to actually like learn about the behavior of the hardware you're like working with. And that's kind of what I want to do from an embedded system standpoint, like being able to like take this little like microcontroller and just kind of like, maybe I'm working on it from the aspect of test, which I wouldn't mind, but that's just like the field that I want to like specialize in. So I guess my professional goal, as long as I'm in engineering, is to just land a role where I can do that. Like, I could totally use test engineering to do that if I'm writing automation for like a microcontroller or some processor in general. Like I can like learn the behavior of the product and maybe like develop some kind of like I2C test to test that product. I don't know. So, I hope I don't sound like too much of a dumbass, but in any case, I think in order to make that goal a reality, I need to be picky to some extent. And even though that like part of me is like, all right, you have a job offer in front of you, it also requires me to relocate, which would be awesome. And that's also something that I've wanted to do for a long time. At this point, I'm not like super picky about the place because like I know it wouldn't be longer term, especially because this company, it's a contract role. So, you know, at the very least, it's only a year, and past that, who knows? There's no guarantee, which I'm okay with. I honestly don't give a shit. Like, if anything, this would hopefully motivate me to actually make my side projects profitable, whether it be this YouTube channel or other things along the lines of content creation. The important thing that I keep coming back to is that I'm not super desperate yet. Like, when you're unemployed, or if you've ever been unemployed, maybe you can relate to this, but it kind of feels like you're not going to be able to get another job. But like, the fact that I was able to get this offer in this job market gives me confidence. Like, I'm not trying to come across as entitled, but I don't want my like 33-year-old self to be still stuck as a test engineer or at least working on something that's like really mundane or just not I'm not interested in. Because if my career as an embedded software engineer doesn't like really pan out, then I think I'm gonna leave engineering altogether. That's just my thought process right now. Hopefully by then I have other options, but for now I just think it would be smart to just stay the course with engineering, because I can use it to at least become debt free. So then I can like figure out where I can really go from there with like the leverage that I've built up from that point, which would include this YouTube channel. Honestly, like I think being able to travel and see like a bunch of animals in the wild and just document everything for you guys in an authentic way would be dope. And I'm not sure how many of my travel vlogs you guys will have seen by this video, but hopefully most of them, because like I've seen a lot of cool shit this whole time. And it's been really cool to just document everything, honestly, so that I can look back on this on this period of my life in I don't know how many years and feel content, but also just being able to share this with you guys, because like most of you guys watching this are software engineering professionals. So like I wouldn't expect you guys to share the same interest, but being exposed to it by me is super cool. At least, you know, being able to have that impact, especially like the fact that like I'm here on this conservation project and everything. So I guess I gotta get going, but the biggest takeaway that I'm hoping to have through this video is that like, you know, it feels like you're not gonna get a job again when you're unemployed, but I'm just trying to build my leverage so that I can be picky to an extent. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you got some value out of it, you know, let me know in the comments, and I'll catch you on the next one.